I'm reacting to a video real quick before I even get into the whoops with niggas. Cause whoops. Cut the goatee, look like a front.
Stupid. I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
No, they like playing with it, so I let it rock. I let it rock. Alright, come on now. Let me react to my video. Y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let me see.
Than that, throwing money on sports.
It's feds arrested NBA players for
Nigga be sticking his chin in the front.
Now y'all put it on Texas speech. Now this feds arrest NBA players and mafia for scamming fans. Chat. That's what we're reacting to today. I believe this is a fact because I be betting and they be scamming me. I'm a victim.
You have lost or may have been losing, and it's no fault of your own because the feds, the FBI, they arrested. Can you believe they arrested Chauncey Billups, part of that legendary championship?
I don't know who that is. Yo, chat. Drop the games that we should get on after this.
Squad on the Detroit Pistons, but FBI Director Kash Patel,
I'm already on. My fault. I'm already on 2K though, so that's the first one up. Don't worry.
On the Detroit Pistons, but FBI Director Kash Patel, they investigated and just arrested a bunch of people involved with damn near what looks like a racket. I'm gonna play you guys the clip right now.
Individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody.
Damn. I used to play with Terry Rozier.
Coaches. What you don't know is that
I jacked
this is
that.
an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that...
How they got 30 niggas? I thought it was just only the 2 NBA players and the coach.
These perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families.
This is crazy. I heard Chauncey Billups, and I thought, what?
The siege out with the wheel.
Now y'all know, like, listen, last NBA game I played, NBA Live 06. Y'all think I'm playing? I might just throw up a CD on my story or something like that. But I remember that era. So I'm thinking Chauncey Billups still in the NBA? Well, I'm going to give you guys some details on this, and we're going to go through some events and the specific game that they're accusing Terry Rozier of, like, messing up several years ago.
Fun fact, Mbox don't know peso. First of all, I'm about to import a video right now for my YouTube that I know Mbox. That Mbox knows me. I don't even know Mbox. You heard? You heard? But that's not the point right now. I don't know why I just brought that up for rage bait.
So in this tweet by Joe Pompliano, he says the FBI is holding a press conference right now on the details around this morning's sports gambling bust. Here are some of the highlights. Because if you guys remember, a couple of months ago, Gilbert Arenas got arrested. And it was over some illegal gambling, but this is very different.
Nigga said Gilbert Arenas
got arrested for was like, like throwing some poker games at your crib. I think at his crib in Encino or something like that. This is very different, and this is far worse. Because whatever Gilbert Arenas had going on, that's rich people stuff. This is people stealing from you honest sports bettors, right? Which
facts.
Y'all know I do not get involved in that whatsoever.
I lost my shit yesterday.
From you illegally too, because this is legal now. Like they legalized it across America and it didn't used to be a thing. I do think it is probably for the destruction of people's brains. Not why they legalized it, but I think that's the result.
He told me himself.
But it is what it is. Current and former NBA players and coaches Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and Damon Jones have been arrested. This was an illegal gambling and sports rigging operation that spanned years across 11 states. In total, 30 individuals have been arrested, 13 mafia members. The case involves La Cosa Nostra, the Italian mafia. I didn't even know this still existed.
Damn.
I mean, people talk.
Niggas is into it with the mafia.
Or former members on Vlad TV, then I know Vlad's already making some phone calls of anybody associated with this trying to get some information. But the case is still ongoing, so you might wait until it's over. Charges include illegal gambling, wire fraud, and extortion. There are 2 separate indictments. This is very important. The first involves 6
These niggas over here clearing checks. What?
Participating in a sports corruption scheme that exploited insider information involving NBA players and teams. The defendants leveraged their connections to place prop bets based on confidential insider information, winning tens of thousands of dollars per bet. The second indictment involves 31 defendants charged with participating in a nationwide
Flag on the
scheme
play,
to
well,
rig
go on.
illegal poker games. The FBI says they used high-tech cheating technology to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games that were secretly fixed. The two cases are separate, but there are 3 overlapping defendants.
So it ain't no FanDuel shit. I thought it was some FanDuel shit.
They already got bread in their career, and they still want to steal. Like, come on, man. The FBI says that
Niggas is
NBA player
broke.
Terry Rozier told the defendants that he was going to leave a game early on March 23rd, 2023 with an injury. Keep in mind, this is very, very important. One of the defendants, Terry Rozier, is telling them that he's going to leave the game early with an injury.
What?
That type of information is not privy to the public that are betting. The
How's he
defendants
telling
then
niggas
placed
that?
more than $200,000 worth of wagers on the unders for his prop bets, with Rozier leaving the game after 9 minutes. Those bets paid out tens of thousands of dollars in profits, and the defendants and Rozier counted the money at his house.
Wow. Why that couldn't be me though?
Go over this a little bit, because if you look at what I did was
Like-
I cross-referenced tweets based on that date, and you see a couple of different people that find this odd, people that are involved in this whole game. Like this one guy, Noah, said on March 23rd, he said, "Is there any reason why there are 0 Terry Rozier props on any books or DFS sites? Is he out tonight? Did I miss something?" Very odd. And then some guy says, "Nah, dude, what is going on?" And then someone says, "I locked him earlier. I hope he's not injured." He says, "Usually the sites don't just pull a player off the board unless he's questionable or out. No report of either." So that's very odd, right? Another person also said, "Terry Rozier's situation smells like ish, man. So weird. Just gets pulled forever on all books and then comes back with a 25 line with no news. What am I missing?" And then people here, and this was back in January, it was also reported that he was being investigated. Federal prosecutors were investigating him based on that game in 2023. And Tim Reynolds said, "The Wall Street Journal reports that Terry Rozier's performance in its March 23rd, 2023 game with Charlotte is being probed by federal investigators. Rozier has not been accused of wrongdoing, we can confirm." Well, clearly he's been accused of wrongdoing now because there's charges. So that's another development here as well. So this game was very, very odd. Now,
Oh my God.
fans started posting clips of Terry Rozier playing terribly in
Yo,
another game.
if Ray plays like this, whoever's in chat is getting a gifted sub. I told y'all, if Ray plays bad, he's still on the block list, and he's gifting subs.
That was not the game that they were talking about.
Look at that
on
shit.
March 23rd. But I'm going to play you guys some clips from that.
Probably eat the pum. Listen. Like Rozier, look at him selling. Nasty. Like niggas really play like this in 2K though. Nasty. Like why would you take that shot? Nasty. Niggas dead be selling, yo. Oh my God, what kind of... Come on, bro. Why you doing your teammates like that, bro? That's nasty, bro. Come on, bro.
So who's to say, like, you see plays like this and you're like, huh, what the hell's going on here? The FBI says that former Raptors player Jontay Porter was threatened to participate in the sports gambling because of his gambling debts. Teams that were bet on during the sports gambling scheme include the Charlotte Hornets, Portland Trail Blazers, LA Lakers, and the Toronto Raptors. The rigged poker games occurred in the Hamptons, Miami, Las Vegas, and Manhattan. The
Rigged poker
games
games.
who were lured to participate in rigged poker games by the chance to play
I'm thinking they doing
alongside former
parlay shit.
professional athletes. These athletes included Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones. The FBI says that, so there's two. Now they're talking about the illegal poker ring that was going on. That's different from the sports fixing, even though there are overlapping people. The FBI says that the defendants utilized altered shuffling machines to read the cards.
So you're getting scammed, basically.
That information to an off-site operator. The off-site operator, known as the quarterback, then sent that information to someone at the table. The FBI also says that the defendants utilized other cheating technologies, including poker chip trays that read cards through hidden cameras, special contact lenses and glasses that could read marked cards, and X-ray poker tables that could read cards face down.
What
It's
the
like
fuck?
The mafia, even with new levels of technology, they decided to adapt with the technology. Said, yo, why are we catching bodies out here in the streets? Why are we doing all of this?
They got
Get
shit
the
like
tech
that?
in here and let's start finessing. And this is some crazy finesse.
That
The
is.
FBI said
That's
that the
OD.
defendants robbed a victim at, oh, well, I guess, you still got to go back to the basics sometimes, at gunpoint to acquire a rigged shuffling machine. So they're even robbing people for these machines. The sports
that's some
gambling
real mafia
investigation is
shit.
called Operation Nothing But Net, while the poker investigation is called Operation Royal Flush. The FBI has been working on this investigation for 4 years, with victims losing at least $7 million. One specific victim lost at least
$7 million is
$1.8
heavy.
million, and the FBI reviewed thousands of hours of video evidence and executed more than 24 search warrants. These are just accusations at this point. This is really scary, man, because dog, Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, and we can even see people.
The coach
people
is
who-
crazy,
yeah,
too.
People that constantly sports bet, like on that day, they were like, "Yo, this is odd. What's going on here?" Terry Rozier's attorney responded on his behalf and said the following: "We have represented Terry Rozier for over a year. A long time ago, we reached out to these prosecutors to tell them we should have an open line of communication. They characterized Terry as a subject, not a target, but at 6 a.m. this morning, they called to tell me FBI agents were trying to arrest him in a hotel. It's unfortunate that instead of allowing him to self-surrender, they opted for a photo op. They wanted the
What's that?
misplaced glory of embarrassing a professional athlete with a perp walk. That tells you a lot about the motivations in this case. They appear to be taking the word of spectacularly incredible sources rather than relying on actual evidence of wrongdoing. Terry was cleared by the NBA, and these prosecutors revived that non-case. Terry is not a gambler, but he is not afraid of a fight, and he looks forward to winning this
Okay.
fight." The U.S. attorney said, "One of the most brazen sports corruption schemes since online sports betting became widely legalized in the United States. This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about the NBA athletes and teams." This is really scary, man, because it's like you're robbing from the little guy, because so many people are addicted to this, and I understand why. Some people may not be completely addicted. Some people may just be very involved. Because when there's bread on the line, when there's some sort of risk based on a performance, it makes
Nah, these
the
niggas is
game,
doing wild
the
shit
fight,
though. Like
anything that you may be watching.
niggas
the
is
sport,
doing shit that you see in the movies, some power shit.
so much more enjoyable and just high stakes. Like it's exciting. Even though I don't participate in it, I understand it for sure. And to see these guys allegedly using their connection, like private knowledge, to make disgusting bags of bread on top of the
Facts.
Dude, this guy Chauncey Billups is an NBA coach, and he had a lucrative NBA career. Terry Rozier, he's an NBA player, but also
He's still
the
a
thing
nigga,
that-
though.
about like this underground like betting and stuff like that is how much of this is debts. So let's just theorize, complete theory over here, complete theory, not true, not saying this is true, but let's say Terry Rozier was like a gambling addict, right? And he's doing these underground gambling games that they accused Gilbert Arenas of hosting, things of that nature, and he's in huge debt. Well, how is he going to pay off the debt? Does he want to pay it off with actual money that he earns? Or can he just throw a game that doesn't even matter for his career so that they can make bread off of it? And a bunch of people can make bread off of it, and then he handles his debt. And if he doesn't handle his debt, like they're saying that the mafia is involved, so there's physical danger to him and his
Nasty.
family, you end up in a situation where it's like, yo, you're stuck. And it starts off with gambling debt. I remember when they were trying to say that, or I don't know, they were saying that Bruno Mars owned like 50 million plus to the casino. So he got a residency just so that he could pay off what he owed, or he spent the residency money or something. I don't know if there's any validity to that, but this gambling thing, people, it really, really drags people in and keeps them there. But the accusation that they're making, I want the papers to come out, the ones that fully describe the full details of what was going on. It's kind of like they gave an overview today, but I want to understand how, like, the machines that they have, the tech that they had here, it just seemed so unreal. Like, it was such a professional operation, which an NBA player or coach is not going to put together. They don't have the time.
It do seem unreal.
Like, there have to be people that have studied this and are experts and are putting it together. But this is exciting to say the least. I wonder what other sports are involved with this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Anybody else you got your eye on? Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you...
Okay, that was a good one. Good video. I got my eye on some football players. Stephon Diggs. That's all I'm going to say. Stephon Diggs.